talking with Aiden on his stream, and he was like, "Yeah, I saw you and Blake were playing the other day. If you guys ever want to play, just invite me. I'm down to play."
Okay.
I
Like,
mean, I mean, he was just curious about like the Darius shit
oh
because
yeah,
he knew.
I'd use help. But anyway, well, stream is live right now. By the way, we just haven't started the record button. So
Hi,
okay,
stream.
3, 2, 1, let's jam. Hey everybody, welcome to League of Legends Anonymous podcast. It is
It's a
I.
podcast.
We're doing some podcasting things. So I
We're
found
gonna
out,
talk.
Stove, that the reason that we're not popular is because we apparently haven't been giving out enough COVID disinformation. It's been working great for Joe Rogan. He's all over the place right now.
Oh my god! I was
And he's
wondering what
got
the fuck you were referring to. I was like,
yeah,
oh shit.
he's got like the most popular podcast ever. And we haven't been tapping that market, you know.
Yes. Do
So
we want the rednecks coming?
we want everybody. I don't give a shit. If they got overflowing pockets of money, I could totally use their viewership. So, you know, if I'm to make an outrageous claim like League of Legends cures COVID because you'll never go outside, then I think that's fair. You know, maybe the science hasn't caught up to it yet, you know, but
By technicality, yes,
as I'm
because you're
saying,
not going
if
outside.
you don't leave your basement, you will not get COVID. Is all I'm saying. Well, you know, unless somebody with COVID comes down to your basement. But then, you know, play online. It's a fucking online game, you nerd. So, like, yeah, there you go. So now I expect, like, how many followers does Joe Rogan have, or how many downloads does that son of a bitch have?
I don't know.
I now I'm
Yes.
curious because I want at least half of that many. You know, we we've now spread disinformation. Joe Rogan downloads
We
per
we
episode.
spread information that can be believable.
Yeah, I mean that could be right. Like I said, nobody's testing this right now. There are zero
If
scientific experiments on the
if you want to
efficacy of
listen,
staying
and
in your basement.
listeners,
Yeah.
if you want to test this out for us, give us the hard evidence.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we're gonna be real famous, Stove. 200 million downloads each month. We're good.
We're good.
I
It's
mean,
just
even if we get like half that,
all we
yeah,
need to do. All we
done.
need to do is smoke weed
Look,
and
okay.
spread disinformation.
Yeah, that's
Boom.
fine. Do you have any weed, Stove?
Nah, my stash is out.
Bummer. Well, we'll just see how much the disinformation gets us. If we have to resort to weed, then okay. I get my green card here in Missouri, and we'll go from there.
I don't even need a green card here.
Where do you live? What state?
New Jersey.
Well, yeah, I figured it's probably just a cure for the general depression of having to live in New Jersey.
Yeah.
They're like, we gotta,
You,
guys, we gotta find something to
we
distract
got.
people from the fact that they live
Hey.
in New Jersey.
All
So,
right. No. I'll give one thing. You can all suck it. We don't have to pump our gas when it's freezing cold out. We never have to leave our warm car. So fuck y'all.
oh, do you guys have that weird like all gas must be pumped by an attendant law?
Yes.
That's fucking weird, man.
I
Do you
mean, it's
pay these people to do it? Is it a
no,
tag onto your gas?
no.
So like your gas costs the same as everybody else's gas.
Mine is 320, 320 something,
Yeah, mine's
I
like
believe.
3.
Wait, I get it from the Wawa, so they're usually higher. I think the usual, like, if I wanted to go cheap, it's probably like 309, 313 around there.
And you literally just do not pump your own shit ever. Is
No,
what you're telling me.
you
That's I mean that's cool, I
if you are
guess.
born in New Jersey, you are born. Your first words are probably going to be 20 regular,
Mm.
20 regular. That's it. That's
That's
what you
I
say.
mean interesting. I
You
I
roll.
I'm with you. That's
So
real neat.
I'll explain the how it works here. You drive up to the pump.
Right.
like you would any gas station. A guy comes up,
You light a
you roll.
cigarette and you throw it at the pump.
Oh, I've seen someone try to light a cigarette. They straight up will just hit you with a fire extinguisher.
I actually had that happen, not to me, because I wasn't stupid enough to smoke at a gas pump. But there was a guy who was smoking at the gas pump, and the attendant got on the thing, like saw the guy smoking, and was like, "Sir, you're gonna need to put that out right now, as you could die. We all could die because the gas will catch fire,
What?
you moron. And it's a bomb under your feet, and you're carrying a cigarette. Like, what the fuck?" And,
Yeah.
and the guy's like, "Fuck you, this is America, blah blah blah." And then like very like slowly, because it wasn't slow, it was just deliberate. Have you ever seen somebody walk deliberately?
Yes.
Like, you
Yep.
know, guy's like, "Fuck you." Immediately, deliberate walk from the gas station, like right out the door, right to where this guy is. And he's like, "Put out the cigarette now." The guy's like, "You can kiss." And then he whips out this fucking fire extinguisher and just
Yep.
blasts the dude in the face.
Exactly.
I've seen it. The guy was all
Oh,
pissed.
they won't
Like,
even
what
give
are
you a
you gonna
warning.
do? Dude,
The
well,
attendants will
fine.
not.
You're standing on a fucking bomb, you moron.
Oh, yeah.
You
But
know, like,
so
kill
you
everybody.
pull up to the tank. Guy
Mhm.
comes up. You roll down your window. You say, how much you want? Do you want to fill it up? Do you want 20 cash, card, whatever? And you give them the money, and then they pump your gas. And then
Right.
when they're done, they're like, okay, you're good. And then you drive away.
That's
That's
it.
it. Never leave your car.
Okay. I mean, there's merit to that. Feels like that's something that you could do here, but it would be like, hey, we pump your gas. Like a competitive advantage
Yeah.
thing, right? Like,
Plus, if you're
you need
going to a convenience store, like if you're going to like a convenience store gas station,
right?
they can pump your gas while you go inside and grab something.
Well, dude, you can do that. You just stick it in and pull the thing, and then you walk in.
Yeah, but
You don't
that's
have to
you don't
wait.
have.
There's like a little
I
piece of metal that does that for you. We don't.
Yes,
This,
I
this
understand,
feels
but
overly humanized, is my point. Like, it's super lazy, and I can appreciate that. But, like, it feels like there's like a gas pumpers union that, like, took over part of New Jersey. They're like, "This dude's trying to fuck with our families. You need to legislate this shit." And then that happened.
I mean, I don't. That's how I was raised. It was always the same in the 28 years I've been alive,
That's
and
just so weird to me. Like, I've
and
given
it's
Ashley a lot of
incredibly
shit for
unknown.
being Canadian, but that's the weirdest American thing I've ever heard. You know, cool, and I don't think I would mind it, but at the same time, I'm like, this fucking guy, what do you do with that? Like, I would feel so weird handing somebody money to pump my gas just from the standpoint of, like, I can do this. Right?
It's
Like,
one.
maybe if it
Yes,
were like freezing fucking cold and I just didn't want to get out of the car and I'm like, "Hey, you sad son of a bitch, here's $20." Like, all right,
yeah,
that's whatever. And if you got
like
like some drug addict asshole that needs a job, I mean, that's fine. But it just feels like the gas station, like, shit, you make like
oh,
nothing a gallon in profit. And you have to hire some douchebag to stand out there and pump it. Like, that just sucks for the gas station. I mean, cool for
it's.
the consumer, but fuck.
I mean, it's another job.
Yeah.
It's another job for someone to
Do they
have.
like wipe your windows or anything? They do that?
Some will. It depends. Like, are
I
they
would tell
busy?
then
No.
then I'd be like, yeah, okay, that makes some more sense. But oh yeah, so listeners, you may have noticed, Stove did, that my beard has gone AWOL, right?
For
And
audio
so
listeners, yes, he
I'm
is
all like
an
baby
egghead.
faced here, and like trim here. I got the like Brad Pitt from Fight Club look going on here, where I'm like 5 o'clock shadow and short hair,
You already
right?
broke rule one. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Because I don't care about your rules. I'm a anarchist. I'm gonna end
See,
up fighting my own mental illness in a credit card union. You know, Meatloaf died. Stove.
yeah,
That's
yes,
his name was Robert Paulson.
yes. It
Ah,
it it was very disheartening. I listened to what like
what they
his
call
five
him,
songs on.
bitch tits or something on there?
I don't remember.
Bitch tits Paulson, because he had the bitch tits.
Oh, you mean because he's fat?
No, he was in the movie. I think they referred to him as bitch tits because, like, in the movie, it's not only that he was fat, but he had some sort of glandular problem that made him grow tits. Like, that was part of who his character was, and that's how he came to Fight Club, was that he had big old bitch tits.
Right. Yeah, yeah. It's been
Yeah.
forever since I've
Oh,
watched
I
Fight
mean, I
Club.
need to watch it again. It's good.
The
You know.
one thing that came like instantly remembered
Hmm.
about like when I heard they died was him in Sausage Party. That had me rolling when I first saw
Oh,
that.
okay. So I've got to get back on this story because I just ADD'd
Yes.
off into Fight Club for a second. But
Continues Jason
okay.
Statham.
So, like, I have like virtually no beard. I'm like a man of 5 o'clock shadow. My hair is essentially 5 o'clock shadow. And this is what happened, right? So, as many of you know, I don't have a lot of hair anymore. I'm going bald. It's fine. Whatever. Shit happens, right? So, what? Fuck you, Stove. Anyway, so Stove's over here like fucking stroking his mane, like, oh yeah, like I condition.
Oh wait, let
Oh,
me just get
fuck
the
you.
comb.
You had a comb on hand? Were you planning this? I didn't even tell you I was doing this. Anyway, so I've got like, you know, got a beard, got hair, but like the hair is not even like, you're going bald or whatever, so it's more like mowing than it is hair cutting.
Yeah,
Because like when you're going bald, your only hair options are basically how short is it gonna be? You know, do we go all the way to the skin or do we leave just like a little dusting, right? And I'm
yeah.
still in little dusting territory, but soon enough I'll probably be just straight up skin bald, you know. And that's fine, because then
As long as you can rock a beard, you're fine.
yeah, I'm my beard's solid, so I'm good on that, right? So I was like, okay, well, I trim everything. Like I have a trimmer that's like, I do like the head at like 6 millimeters and the beard at 4.5. Right? I
Mm-hmm.
think that's my numbers. And so I was trimming my beard, and I'm tired. It's the morning. My kid, the baby, has woken up exceptionally early, right? And I'm just trying to get my shit back together, and I haven't really drank my coffee yet. And I wake up, I pull out my trimmer, and I'm like, ah, fuck, okay. I start shaving. And then it gets. Have you ever used one of those beard trimmers with the guards on it that are adjustable, the adjustable guards
Yep.
or whatever? They jam if you get
Mm-hmm.
too much hair in them because you got to wash them out every now and then
Yeah.
just to get the hair off,
I've
right?
been buzzing my own hair since fucking 16.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, like a Flowbee in the back or something. Just. You remember Flowbee? It's like a
Yes.
vacuum with blades, and then you just
Yep.
like go like this, and it cuts your hair, and
Yep.
it's like a bowl cut in a vacuum.
Uh,
Anyway, uh, so I like, yeah, just to do this. I was like, God damn, this thing's like jamming up way faster than normal. And so I just like wash it out and I'm going, I'm doing this. I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing because you don't have to. It has a guard on it. Like,
yeah.
what you gonna fuck up here, right? And so I go and I'm going, and then it jams up again. And I'm like, this shit isn't right. Like, I didn't let this go so long that I should be jamming up on fucking 4.5 millimeters or whatever. So I like rinse it out and then I look in the mirror. All of my chin is gone. Like the hair on my chin, fucking gone. And I'm like, oh shit, because I have a Chester A. Arthur now, right? Like full
Hulk
side,
Hogan.
whole beard, full sideburns, straight up over the lip, nothing on the chin.
What you gonna do, brother?
That's a
What you gonna
chest.
do when Hulkamania runs wild on you?
Well, like, okay, hold on, let me. Hulk Hogan didn't have the beard connected. It was just that mustache, right?
I'm
Uh,
all right. I'm thinking of what is it? WCW. WCW. He had the beard and then this.
okay, hang on. So Chester A. Arthur, yeah, look up Chester A. Arthur on Google real quick, and you'll see what I'm fucking talking about.
Chest Ray.
Chester A. Arthur. Here, this cartoon
Oh,
right here.
yep.
I'm linking you the cartoon in our Discord.
Oh fuck.
That's what I had going on. I looked up and I saw that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, dicks. Because that's not a good look,
That's
man.
so fucking.
That's not a good look for anybody. And like, it wasn't even a good look for Chester A. Arthur, right? Like, you just look fucking dumb. And so I had that gone, and I looked at it, and I went, well, do I do a Chester A. Arthur today? I had a trial that day, too. So, like, I was putting on a real estate trial, and I did not, like, particularly want to go in and be like, my clients, Your Honor, have adverse possession by 10 years of uninterrupted hostile open and notorious contact on this here premises. But,
You gotta do. Hey, hello.
oh no, good day to you, sir. Yeah, so I'm like, it's like, I can't, it's a fucking trial day. I can't do that. I was like, I just have to shave it. So I shave all this shit off, right? And I'm down to nothing. Well, you may notice that, like, my beard runs straight into my hairline, right? Except my hairline is normal. And so, like, this is like a skin fade, and there's like this super dorky line that goes right there, and it looks like shit.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah. So I run to the barber and get all this shit straightened out, which he did a great job. I mean, it looks like I'm intentionally went Vin Diesel, not like that I inadvertently did this, right?
You look like you
And I
belong
thought,
in Die Hard.
I do. Oh, I do have kind of a Bruce Willis thing going on.
Uh-huh.
So
Bruce
anyway,
Willis, Jason Statham.
yeah, I'm on crank now. So
How's
anyway,
Fast and Furious.
I'm Tokyo drifting my way through the story right now, but I do all this shit, and I'm so mad, and I'm mad at my wife, right? And I'm like, she was fucking with my razor, like she had to be, because I would never set the guard lower than 4.5. It would be, it's 4.5. The other trimmers are 6. Those are the ones I use in my hair. This is the one I use in my beard. Never changes. You know, I never fuck with the guard.
Yes.
Like, it was either my wife using it to, like, trim something and didn't say anything to me, or it was my kids. Like, one of the two has fucked me here, and I was so mad. And then I remembered it's my fault. And that's the worst. Whenever you're, like,
Ooh.
righteously mad, and then you kind of remember, oh, that's right, it's my fault. And I'm going to share exactly what I did to cause this to be my fault, and then you're going to go, oh, no.
You're just no. What'd
So,
you
we've had a really cold time here in Missouri if you followed the news. We got snowed on a whole lot,
do?
temperatures dropped a lot, and I got 2 labradoodles, right? One's more lab, has kind of like straight, kind of wavy hair, but mostly straight, and the other's more poodle, and so it's got the, like, kind of looks like sheep wool fur, right?
Yes.
Well, the problem with poodle fur is it bunches up like a sheep's wool and catches poop, right?
Okay.
So, like, it shits and then the shit will catch, and they have like dingleberries, but then the dingleberries will catch all the poop, and then you just have a matted, like dog's butthole, matted poop cake, right?
Okay.
Well, I had to bring the dogs inside because it's so fucking cold outside. I didn't want to freeze to death, right?
Yes.
And so I bring them inside, and I notice that the poodly looking one has a butt cake going on. And I'm like, oh shit, she's gonna like roll her ass all over my floor or my furniture, and I'm gonna have dog shit lines. I was like, we're not doing that. So I grab her, I run her to the laundry room where I have a big ass sink for cleaning shit.
Yeah.
I grab shampoo and I shampoo out her butthole. Right? Like
Okay.
just get all the dog grossness out of there.
Yep.
There's like grass in it. Like it's
She dug it in there.
yeah, she really like did work.
Caked it on.
Caked it on hard. And so I'm like spraying it down with like warm water, getting it loose, pulling it out by hand. It's fucking gross. The last time I had to do something that gross for my old dog ate Taco Bell, including the wrapper.
Oh.
And I had to like pull the wrapper like this out of
like
the
a
dog's
clown.
yeah, like a clown
with ribbons.
yeah, like
That's
with a
just
clown
what
with like
you're
tied
doing.
together hankies. And it was a dog. It was a fox terrier. She was about this big. And she like I took her downstairs to go shit and she just screeched. Like pained, awful screeched. Like the kind of thing that I imagine she bent over to take a shit and a snake bit her in the butthole. Right? Like that kind of awful screech. I'm like, yeah, I was like, and panicked. And I'm like, what the fuck? I go down there, all I see is like something sticking in her butt. I thought she had worms, right? And then I see the logo for Taco Bell on the end, and it's a piece of paper, and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to pull this out, aren't I? Yep, I'm the only one here. Ah, fuck. So, well, just
And for my next trick,
hand over hand until it all comes out, and it was one of those soft taco wrappers, but it was like corner to opposite corner.
like
So
the
it was the
longest
longest
possible
way
it
it could,
be.
yeah. And so I'm like, oh, gross, and it's just covered, and there's no way she could have passed it. Like it would have ended her, I'm sure, but she did not appreciate that as much as she should. But that was the grossest. Second grossest is cleaning out caked on butt fur, right? So I clean out all this butt fur and I get her looking good. You know, you could eat off that butthole, right? It's all cleaned out, shampooed, smells like whatever shampoo we had from like wherever, like Japanese cherry blossom butthole, right? And so I'm feeling pretty good about the work I've done. But I realized this experience sucked, and I don't want to do this again anytime soon.
Yep.
So I get out the razor, and I start I trim it all the way down, and I shave it bare, right? No butthole hair on this thing. Just take it all off, clear cut it.
Like
Then I thoroughly wash the razor with other shit because it's my razor and it's the only one I had handy.
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, I mean like I had rubbing alcohol and shit. I did the whole thing.
See, like
disinfected.
I have two razors. I have one for my face and my head, and then one for my balls. So guess what?
Did
The
you buy
ball
one of
gets
those?
dirty.
Do you buy one of those?
Manscaped?
Yeah, anything
No.
like the special ball razors? You just go
No.
hardcore.
I have a small one, just a small buzzer. That's it. Put a guard on it.
Okay, let me rephrase that for you because you're on the internet with a bunch of preteens.
Okay.
I have a huge razor for my big ass balls. There you go. That's what you meant to say.
Yeah.
We're gonna. Hey, go ahead and just clip that in for the audio editor. You know?
Just like remove mine.
So
Put
Sam,
Blake's voice.
if you're hearing this, We're like, cut that. That's the sound of the board clipping together, and then we'll
And
go
scene.
back. And scene. Big ass balls, you say? That's
Yes.
impressive, sir. Probably need a John Deere to maintain those balls. You know, big green and white lawn tractor. Get all that cleaned up down there.
Yep. I just
Get a
spread
brush
eagle
hog.
and get my mower going.
I spread eagle. I got a brush hog out back. It's just attached to a tractor.
Oh, can I just? So,
Do
like,
you have
I
a
hate.
story about brush hogs? I would love it if you
No,
do.
no,
Go
no,
ahead.
no. It's the fact that we're talking about like balls.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the new
Well, hold on.
Jackass
So,
movie.
hold
Okay,
on. Of course, we're talking about balls. It's a League of Legends podcast. Go on.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go on.
C9 balls.
See nine balls. No, yeah.
There we
Wait.
go.
Good transition to nothing though. So back to your story.
It was so good. But I went to see the new Jackass movie, which
Is
by
it
the
good?
way, I felt like I was watching Jackass.
Okay.
Like
So
it felt like
I watched, and not to interrupt because I do want to hear about it. Right. So
okay.
guys, I'm sure spoilers are coming up. Right.
No,
So.
I will try. I mean, I'll keep it as like what actually happens,
Mm-hmm.
like specific stunts. I'll keep away. I'll keep
Okay.
general.
Well, I just hear like, did you like it? Was it good? How did you feel? Like these are things. But
Yeah.
I watched the Jackass special where they like went out in the ocean for Shark Week.
Yes, I remember
Was
that.
it better or worse than that?
That's the thing. It was probably better because
Really?
this. So the thing is, this felt like like an actual like I was watching Jackass again. Like it's all like it's the old crew. I mean, I don't think it's really spoilers because they're in the trailers, but there's new guys that they're bringing in.
Is it the same new guys from Shark Week or different new guys?
I don't remember. Is it? There's like a younger black guy, a really big guy with a beard. I
Okay,
can't
hold
remember off
on.
the top of my head.
Doing some research.
But so I'll just go on. I felt like I was watching Jackass again, and to transition from what we were talking about, there was a excessive amount of cock and balls, just shown on screen.
Just a
I'm not
whole,
kidding.
whole lot of cock and balls.
Like, like obviously they're older, so they can get away with it more.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so they dangle a little bit more, you know?
exactly.
Like,
So you can have a little more fun with it, and you could. I will not spoil the opening scene. The opening scene had me crying, laughing the entire time.
was there a guy in it named Poopies?
Yes, poopies. Yep.
Okay, Poopies was in it still. All right.
I think it's Jake was like a really, really big guy with a beard, glasses. Yeah,
I don't
Poopsie was
remember.
in there. Oh,
All right,
but
let's
it's
see.
like
Since forth his peoples, Chris Pontius, Steve O,
yes,
Sean Poopies,
yes, Poopies
McHenry,
was
Jasper Dolphin.
yes.
Okay. So it's the same guys that were in
Yeah.
the other one. Okay.
I mean,
that's
it was
fine.
like everyone. It was literally everyone but Bam Margera. Which is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Which I think he had like a falling out with the rest
Oh,
of
he
those
did.
guys.
He was. I mean, he's still like being the breadwinner of your family at like 17 years old will really fuck you up. Because that's what happened to him.
Yeah.
But it's all the old crew. It's a new guys, bunch of celebrities that just get uncredited. Tyler the Creator, Machine Gun Kelly's in there. Fucking Eric Andre. Like Eric Andre's in a few of them, and it's just if it was a great movie, if you can see it safely, by all means, go ahead.
Yeah.
If you like Jackass.
I mean, Jackass fine. I like Jackass. Like whenever I was a kid, it was good. But
It's not as I will say it's not as crazy as we once was, but they're like 50 years old at this time.
right, right. I mean, you're battling brittle bones at this point. But okay, no, that's cool. Okay, so anyway,
Back
how
to
did we get here?
Lola fashion. So
Well, no. How did we get to Jackass again?
all
How
right,
did that
we're
happen?
gonna go back. All right,
All
we
right,
went
back
from
me up.
Jackass, backtrack. We were talking about my huge balls, giant
Right, that's
balls,
what we were talking about. We were talking about giant ass balls, and then
and
before that,
then
we were talking about your very small balls.
no, no, not my small
All
balls.
right,
We
we
were
cut
talking
that.
about my ball trimmer, which I would suggest always have a second trimmer to your original, so you don't accidentally mix up anything.
So you ended up going accidental Vin Diesel. Right.
Exactly, like one.
See, I just figured, I was like, man, I got rubbing alcohol and shit. I'll just clean all this off. I don't care. I'm a man.
Yes,
But then the fuck up was that I forgot to put the guard back. And
there you
so
go.
now I have dog butthole length 5 o'clock shadow instead of actual beard and face. Fortunately, I have this residual amount of just raw handsome to back up the loss of
Uh huh.
beard. Like
Yes, you
under
do.
that beard was just a pile of handsome ass man. So
Just
fortunately, I'm
a
good.
handsome 22-year-old.
Yeah, yeah, I do look younger and less bald, oddly enough. Like it actually makes my head hair look less like
He's discovering the
contrasted.
powers of not having hair, and it
Yeah,
works.
I think I'm gonna go like straight up alopecia mode from here forward, and just
Oh
go
my
like
god.
a Stan Sitwell look, just whoosh the whole thing. But yeah, man, that was a bummer. You know, I can't, like you just look like a fucking dumbass whenever you've had a beard for like 20 years and then it's gone.
Okay, I'm not. If you've watched the videos from when I started podcasting, I had a beard. I had a pretty decent beard. Just one day I was like, fuck it, get rid of it all.
Hmm?
And then I realized, fuck the people who can't grow a beard in the winter.
So
Like,
like
how?
I said
How?
I said two things about this. Number one, my son walked up to me, Mick, who has zero chill, and he's like, "Dad, what did you do?" And I'm like,
I believe
"Oh,
he came on call one day and said, "Yeah, I could beat my dad at Smash Brothers."
no, Matt, it was Max. Max
That
thinks
was
that,
okay.
yeah." And so, and by the way, it's actually gotten to the point where I have to try against him now. He's that good. That's fucked. He's like 8, and he's that good at Smash that I actually have to try. I, who like won the LOLA tournament, have to try to be my 8-year-old son. So fuck, that's impressive. Like
Invest in it, baby.
kid's good, man. I'm just saying, kid's good. So like, um, fuck, man, my train of thought is absolutely shattered lately. So, uh,
I mean, it's on par for the podcast. Let's be honest
it's
here.
true, but I mean, I feel like normally I at least get from point A to point Z eventually. And
We're
today
still
I'm like, I went from point A to like the number 6. And I'm like, I don't even know how the fuck I got here. And
it's
now
from
I'm in
it's
and now I'm
it's
in
from
symbols and like Greek letters, and I'm like, I don't even what the fuck happened.
you
We're
ever
talking about Jackass and like
you ever
whoosh.
seen fucking Emperor's New Groove? How did you get here? How did we get here, Crunk? By all
I
means, I
don't
have
know. By all
no
means, it
idea.
makes no sense. Like, I love that movie, by the way. That is like the most underrated actual like animated Disney film.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's so good. So anyway, so yeah. God damn it! I really wish I remember where I was
So,
going with this.
all right, we had
I thought I could
you cut
force it back into my head by being like, "Oh yeah, like this," and then my brain would just go, "That's what
all
you
right,
were
cut
thinking."
you. All right, you cut the dog hair, you clean the
Mm-hmm.
thing, then you
Yep.
realize, oh shit. Then you
Oh, I
realize it.
remember. I remember now. So I had two thoughts. The first one, Mick was like, "Oh, what'd you do?" And then my wife said, "Man, your beard really hides the double chin." I was like, "Oh, ow. Okay, fine, fine." But then, like, I was like, one of the other lawyers at court was like, "What you got off your beard?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know. My fucking face is cold. This sucks."
It does.
Like, why does anybody want this? Everybody should have a beard. It must suck to not have a beard. You know, plus I'm going to have to go through itchy beard phase again. Not really looking forward to that, you know.
I'm good. I'm good at this point.
Uh, but
I'm
anyway,
just rubbing it and I have hair.
I do actually really like the way that it like blends through here and shit. That's
I get,
solid to me. I like that.
you got the badass like kind of bald head.
Mhm. I'm in
You
I'm
got the
in
shape for it,
I'm in Statham head mode is what I am. Like you are right. It's Statham head.
and then you're gonna work on your 6 pack.
I work on it. I am it. I am a human version. I said that so
Yeah.
weird. I mean,
All right.
that just came out
Let me do
so
that,
fucked.
Chopper.
I am human version of six pack ab. I am one ab.
What killed the dinosaurs? The
From
Ice Age.
the one squirrel dinosaur went for the acorn and broke the glacier. And it fell on Ray Romano.
Who is your daddy? What does he do?
Anyway, yeah, man. Like, I don't know. Anyway, League of Legends.
There's a cougar in the car.
Daddy, there's a live cougar in the car.
You gotta drive with fear.
All right. So, one more thing I want to bitch about before I get started on League. We're only 36 minutes in. We got time.
Yeah, we got plenty of time.
We got plenty of time.
This is par.
So, like, I went to the store. I'm trying to lose weight. I don't know if you guys know. I've been working on that. And I've lost like 15 pounds in like a little over a month. So that's pretty good. Um, and that's the most you can realistically lose without an eating disorder. So I feel
Yes.
fine about that. And so I did that and look better, feel better, whatever. And I've been looking for different foods to eat because like the way I lose weight is I'll find some low calorie thing that I can make that I like, and then I'll eat it to death.
Yes.
Because
That's the standard. Because
well, I mean because I don't really have an unhealthy relationship with food. I'm not like, oh, I need chocolate. You know, I'm just like, okay, what can I eat that's not going to be super unpleasant that gets me through hunger to the next thing, right?
yes,
And then
this
I'll
is
rinse and repeat that, eat like 700 or 800 calories a day, lose weight, right? Like that's how that works.
that is the one of the number one things on a diet is find the one thing you could like you really enjoy, eat the shit out of it.
hmm And so I did that, and I've been fucking with air fryer broccoli, which I normally don't
Oh,
really
it's
like
so good.
broccoli, but if you air fry roast
Oh,
broccoli, it's really fucking good. You just toss
try
it in
a
like
cauliflower.
I have. So I've done both of those things, and I've eaten them to death, and now I'm like fucking sick of them. So I've got to let it go for a while and find something else that I can like binge on for a while, and then go back to that, and mix up shit, right? But like that's how I've been doing it. That's been kind of successful. Been drinking a lot of water, whatever. But I'm looking for something that's good, and I thought, maybe Asian food. If I don't get breaded stuff and I make it myself or whatever, and just do like chicken and I made pork ramen the other day, like
Mm-hmm.
Naruto style. I like put a hard-boiled egg in it. I did,
Yep.
did all the shit and made it look really
Yes.
cool.
You made it look like ramen. Like
Yeah, not and it actually started with the like 33-cent bag of ramen
oh
with the
yeah,
powder in it, and then I added a bunch of shit to it. It was really good. So
yeah.
I had
That's how
like,
you like during college. That's the best way to eat. Is literally just get a bunch of eggs and you could shish up your ramen.
what was
Boom.
that? What was that word
Shish
you
up.
threw in there? Anyway, so I
Look, I'm
fucking
Polish and Slovak. What the fuck you want from me?
I whatever that was is great. I don't
Zhish.
know. It's just a sound.
You gotta
You just
zhish
got.
it up.
I actually understood what you meant, which is weird.
Yes.
But anyway, so you put some pizzazz on it. You zazz it up a little bit.
Look, I'm not completely white here. Come on.
No, that's from Death Clock.
I
Do you
know.
remember Metalocalypse where he's like, yeah,
Yes.
that was decidedly lacking zazz. Oh god. Anyway, so you gotta put some zazz on it. You know, you just need some more
Yeah.
zazz. And everyone's like, shut the fuck up about the zazz. Anyway, um, oh fuck. I hate today. I feel
Food.
like I'm just
Food.
dropping. Oh yeah. Thank you. So I'm looking for something I can eat. And I'm like, maybe Asian would be good. I haven't eaten a lot of Asian food, and I think, like, oh, I have eaten Asian food, I just haven't eaten it lately. And I was like, and maybe that would be something that I can plug in low calorie. The problem is there's a lot of like rice and shit in Asian food, so
Yes.
like that's gonna donk up your calories a good bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like carbohydrates, which is something you generally want to avoid if you're trying to lose weight, because it takes forever to burn those calories or whatever, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, maybe not do that. But then I found some stuff that was like real low calorie, and it's like General Tso's. And I'm like, I love General Tso's chicken, and that's perfect. And I see them, and they're at Walmart, and it's like a little bowl where you microwave them or whatever. I was like, I'll just keep these at work. I'll eat one of them, and it's like 350 calories, right? And I was like, I'm sure it's gonna taste like shit, but whatever, it gets the job done, right?
Yeah.
And so I went to make them today, and I was like, General Tso's chicken! And I open up the thing, and I look at it, and it looks.
Like dog shit.
Mm, how do I describe this? Um, whenever you cook chicken in a pan, right, and you fry it, and it's like just it like pan fried, like in a little bit of oil, and it's like
Yes.
that golden brown kind of crunchy outside,
Yeah.
and you can cut it up still super low calorie. All you have to do is salt and pepper that little bitch, and you cut up and
Yep.
it's like juicy inside, right? Now imagine you just boiled it instead, and it just looks
Just
white.
boiled chicken.
I'm just saying, imagine that though,
Yeah.
and it's just white, and it's not appealing at all, and it has the texture of chicken, but not a whole lot of flavor because you boiled it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So a bunch of little squares about like and not like pieces of chicken like that look like, even they make an effort to make dog food look like it has real pieces of chicken in it, because it's like
Yeah.
the piece will look like that or something, so it looks like meat, right?
Yes.
This is literally a fucking cube. Like they took it and they went, there you go.
They're
Like a cookie
they
cutter was
made
used
out
on
of
chicken.
paste.
And I'm like, ah, it's cubed, and it's pure white, and I don't even see sauce, and there's like some sad little broccoli pieces in here. What the fuck? Right? And it's like, well, microwave it for whatever. And I'm like, all right, I microwave it, and I put the thing over it, and I mix it up, and all the sauce was on the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you mix it up, it actually has
The
some
sauce.
sauce, and that's okay. And so I mix it all up, and I'm eating it, and I'm like, this chicken tastes fucking weird, right? Like, it doesn't quite taste like chicken, but the sauce is kind of overpowering, but the texture feels off, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's just not right. It's not real bad, but it's just not
It's
right.
flat.
Yeah, yes. It's flat. It's flat as shit. And I'm like, God, what the fuck is this? And I pull open the thing, and it's like, I look
Tofu.
at the packet, it's fucking vegan, and it's tofu, and it's not even in small print. It's fucking huge. It says General Tso's tofu. And I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot. I like just mentally filled in. They like have that thing that's like you read a sentence and it's written all wrong intentionally, but your brain reads it right.
Yes.
And then it's like, I bet you didn't even know you read that fucking wrong. Read it again, dumbass. And you read it, and it's like, oh my god, there's like weird, unnecessary shit in there. It's not even what I thought it said. I did that with this because it's a General Tso's, and I'm like, chicken. Nope, not chicken. And it says like vegan up in the corner, and I'm like, motherfucker. I bought like 3 of these sons of bitches. I'm gonna choke them down too because they were not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the sauce was actually pretty good.
I mean, you
And
put
for
like
tofu, like I
you
I
could put
bet
salt and pepper. You could.
I bet if I made tofu, like if I took tofu to my house and like cooked it
Cubed it
right
up.
and
Mm-hmm.
made it good, I bet it could actually be good,
Yeah,
right?
fried tofu is not that bad. Like you just, like you said with the chicken, a little bit of oil, salt,
Yeah, yeah.
pepper, fry it up. Mmm.
Yeah, I bet I could
Throw
do
in the
that.
air fryer.
I bet I could do that. I bet it would be good. But any meat or meat substitute like that that is just microwaved in a pool of shit, like not that good, turns out. And so I choked that shit down, and I feel horrible about it. Let's see what Frost says. Popped into the stream for a second, and I've been way too engaged for the chicken tofu story. Thumbs up. Frost, we're 45 minutes in. We haven't talked about League yet. So we're going to get there,
We'll get
I
there
think.
eventually.
I think we will. Maybe. I still have to
Probably.
get Dr. Hammond to talk about the Tijuana story.
Yes, you do.
He wasn't on tonight. I was going to ask if he wanted to do it tonight, but he wasn't online. But anyway, all right. Seems like a great time to talk about League of Legends.
Okay.
Stove,
Uh,
take it away, sir. What do you want to talk
Okay.
about, League of Legends wise?
I want to give Riot Games a good clap. They
You
made a
want to hold
theme.
on. You want to give Riot the clap?
Yes.
Okay. Continue.
I want to give them. All right, I'll give them a round of applause. They made a female character look over the age of 30 for the first time in ever.
Now I've got to look.
She
Alawi looks old, doesn't she?
she looks about 30. Like that's the thing. She's Alawi is muscular, so she can either be like older or younger. That's the weird part. It's that uncanny valley. So obviously, like I mean, we're a week late, but who cares? The new support has been shown off, and honestly, she looks insane, fun, and for once, the supports can actually have a threat. Like we have the strong champion, not the 80 carries this time. We can be the strong
So,
ones.
on the support, the thing that I find very interesting is that she's got a shitload of high impact abilities with long fucking cooldowns. And so, that's going to be really interesting as to how that plays out because until you bait out some of her abilities, you're probably going to lose.
Yes, that's her counter is that you do have to bait
My
out
God,
her
you're right. I went through every female League of Legends champion, and there is literally not one that looks over 30. With the exception of maybe Oriana, because she's a robot.
But that's also like, is she female or is she
Lysandra!
a
Lysandra.
okay? But
That's
that's the
one.
thing.
That's
She's
one.
like, that's the closest, and even then, like, the bottom
Well,
half of
okay.
her face is still like a soft face.
Okay, and technically, Callista looks like an old ghost.
Uh, I mean, is Callisto a champion? Does she still
Well, that's
exist?
fair. That's fair.
But
And then, Annie.
no, just stop right there. Stop.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, we need our controversial thoughts.
Controversial take.
Yeah, Joe
I'm not
Rogan
making
and
a
shit.
hot take on Annie. I'm sorry, and her age. Like, I'm not doing it.
But-
Zoe though.
You stop that. You're going down a slippery slope here. Next, you're gonna get the foot people.
Yeah, we already got them. We bagged them last week. I went for foot people last week, and by the way, this far into the podcast, the reason we didn't record an episode last week is because Stove brained himself with a door. Stove,
Okay.
care to elaborate?
Okay, so I had to close by myself last week on Wednesday. and this is nothing new. I work with a saw, I work with knives and everything. I'm cleaning up, and I'm putting the saw back together. And for those of you who know what a bandsaw is, there's a cover on the top, cover on the bottom. We remove the door to help to clean all the fucking meat and chunks and bones and all that. I go to put the door back up, and it's like free hanging there. I'm putting down the bottom cover. I go to stand up, the door started closing, and the top screw fell off, hit me square on the fucking brain, and I mean, I have a soft spot because I fell on my fucking head, cracked my head open twice as a kid. Yeah, twice. So like I have a like pretty sensitive spot back there in the back of my head. Had a fucking migraine all damn night. I had to take what 4 a leave
Yeah.
before like super strong Motrin to just finally turn off all the lights. I had to knock myself out.
Turn the lights down low, lit some candles. Didn't record
Exactly.
a podcast.
Oh no, turn off the lights, turn on the RGB. That's the new mood lighting.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's why we didn't record last week, guys. Stove brained himself. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. And
That's what happens when you
I
fall
just
off a
didn't,
bunk bed at the age of 4.
guys, I just didn't have it in me to record a solo dolo episode. I just couldn't do it that week. So, like, for this past week, I've been falling asleep at like 9. It's been rough. So, I don't know what's going on. I think it's probably the lack of calories. But I'm
Probably.
barely making it through the day, and then I'm just crashing hard, you know.
Most likely.
But because like I got no energy right now, I'm a little
All
weak
right.
ass bitch. But anyway, League of Legends, back to
Yes, so we have our support. She looks amazing. Like this feels like the supports finally have the strong character. Like a new release that's gonna feel strong and feel like a threat. Which we haven't had that in God knows how long. When was the last support we actually had like we were the problem? Release
mm,
Braum?
mm,
I'm about to pull up the champion list right now and see who's the support to confirm it. But like
let me just do this. I went to League Champions by release date, and boom. Okay. Arguably, no, I don't even think Vex because Vex
Vet
wasn't really that busted in support.
she wasn't.
Akshan was never a support. Rel sucked and still sucks.
I would say Yumi, but even then we weren't the threat. We just empowered the threat.
Right, you're just a pain in the ass. Like you didn't do everything yourself. If that's your Senna,
But Senna was more of a threat as an 80 carry.
yeah, but it's both ways.
That
Pike,
is
but I don't even think Pike. I thought Pike was always kind of balanced, aside
he
from the
was.
regen shit, which was a little too much and still is. Rakan not so much. Yeah,
Like
it's
you
really been
have
a
to
while.
understand like when I say like we were the
Bard
threat,
was
we
Bard was really bad on release,
horrible until
and yeah, they had to buff his armor.
Braum.
Thresh, Nami,
Like remember release Braum? He was fucking like strong. Like really strong.
yeah.
But like
Zyra? Zyra was a
but
mid.
she was a mid.
Yeah, she wasn't played bot lane
Yeah.
for a long
So
time.
like supports don't get like we don't
Brand?
get
But Brand was a mid.
Braum was a
Like,
mid.
oh, rework Swain.
Okay. That's the closest we got.
Yeah, it's Swain's rework. That
But
he was pretty much immediately shoved into support, and he was a threat
yes.
there.
And when was rework Swain?
Oh, God damn it.
But I mean like
One moment,
rhetorically,
please.
you don't need the legit. But supports never get the Zeri. We don't get Samira. We don't get Aphelios. We never get to be, oh shit, they are a problem.
February 9th, 2018. By the way,
Four,
is patch
so
8.3 was the Swain rework.
so 4 years. We got 4 years since like support players got to be the strong one, and
Yeah.
I feel like she's gonna be like she
I
can
mean,
both enhance and be a problem herself.
I think a lot of people will disagree with you because I think supports by kit were not the strong one. But whenever they started giving supports a whole bunch of free gold in the form of the support item,
Yes,
and they tied it to wards so we didn't have to spend our gold on that, it enabled mage supports to be a real damage threat. And so then things like Xerath and Lux started existing, Viger support. These are things that,
the
yeah,
Zyra
the
meta, and then we
brands,
got
the Swains, like these things became real at that point because items enabled it to be so, right? It wasn't necessarily the kits that were the problem because you just didn't have the money, right? Like your base damages would have to be so stupid to play any kind of damage support that,
you always banked on your utility until we were able to get items.
right.
But like we never got like it never felt like a broken kit. It never felt like a strong kit. Like it
Yeah.
never felt like we got that. This feels like we got that for once. We have a thresh hook that can go omnidirectional.
Hmm.
We have W is in. That's just
All
we're
right.
gonna they're
So
gonna
I'll just do the rundown for anybody who's not following this. What rock
all right.
have you
Yes.
really been living under? But here we go. I'll just walk everybody through it. Passive. Her basic attacks mark enemies, deal bonus damage. Damage from her allies consumes the mark, dealing additional damage. So think Leona passive,
Yeah.
except it's from her basic attacks,
Simple.
which is good because um, she doesn't have short cool, like all of her cooldowns are long as fuck, right? So
Yes.
you need something between cooldowns to actually do something, or you just lose automatically between every
Yes.
fight. Okay. Q is a weird sort of projectile called handshake. Think about it like a very slow blitz hook, and she roots the first enemy hit, reactivates the ability to throw them in a target direction, damaging enemies hit and stunning them if the thrown target is a champion. So she'll stun you, or she'll root you, then redirect you into a different direction in any direction,
In any direction.
and then stun you.
Yes.
So, um, yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it's really interesting, especially with somebody like Caitlyn, that you can have a trap down like in the lane, and then I
Yep.
root you and throw you onto the trap. That would be
And
kind of
with
cool.
coordination, any like a Jin with W,
Hmm.
like oh I'm gonna throw him here, put your W there, and we'll time it.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think you'd have to because after the throw, they're still stunned.
Yeah.
You
But
know.
and then
So.
her W, which I mean, this is what everyone has heard about, where she grants an ally champion or herself ramping attack speed and movement speed towards enemies, like Shimmer. And if the ally gets a takedown, the buff resets. If the ally dies, instantly revive, and their health is set back to full but burns over 3 seconds, and then the burn will stop if you get a takeout.
And you just stay alive.
You stay at
You
where your
never
health
died.
burned to.
No, you never died. Like you're back to life.
I thought it was yeah, no, they stop the burn by getting so I would assume they go back to their health that they burned at.
No.
So like if
So how I am understanding it from watching the videos is I buff you, right? You get attack speed, move speed towards enemy, and if you kill an enemy champion, the duration of the buff resets, so it keeps going. Right?
yes,
So you get one kill, now you get it all over again.
for
This
5 seconds it's
the buff stays in effect. If you would die while that is active, your health is set back to full, and you get the zombie treatment where it goes down, 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 down. Right?
yes.
like Scion's ult, like you know, like Hextech
Chem Drag
Dragon or whatever.
Chemtech.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Chemtech Dragon. Sorry, I said Hextech. I meant the other one,
Yeah.
the one
The
that's
one that's
not
not
in the
in the
game
game anymore.
anymore.
Thank the
So
Lord.
yeah, hooray! Um, I'm really actually, if we're gonna give Riot the clap, I would give them the clap for that. And because I didn't tell them before we had sex.
Just keeping our little secret right now.
Yeah. So anyway, that's how I would give it to them, is because I didn't inform them prior. It's a dirty move. Don't do that. Don't
Don't
do
do
that.
that.
That's mean. Anyway, um, so where are we at? Oh yeah, yeah. So if they die, the zombie then, or if they get a kill while they're the zombie, the burn stops. You're just at whatever hit points you had, and you can go back up to
Yes,
full with lifesteal.
you can.
So you're just alive again, and you never died.
That is correct. This is honestly this. I feel like if anything, it's either you're gonna die a lot quicker, or they're just gonna remove it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like this feels like the thing that they've banked on. So in response, Riot doesn't remove shit that is unique to the kit. That is the thing that they have defined the kit with. This will never be removed. It will be nerfed into oblivion. Like they'll shorten the duration, or they'll do something to make it just not be all that effective, or it'll be a special case scenario instead of it happens all the time. If it happens too much, it's going to be limited because it's too good. Keep in mind,
Or they can have an internal cooldown of like
well, I
bringing
think
back
like
people to life.
just so I'm clear, I'm pretty sure her cooldowns are like stupidly fucking high.
Eight. It. I think it drops to
So,
18 at rank 5.
yeah, let me pull
Or no,
her up.
15. 15. It drops 18 to 15. If I'm correct. I remember reading this. And like you could get it down to about 8 seconds because she's gonna build cooldown, period. Because everything's on such a long cooldown that like ability haste will just work like it's needed on her.
Yeah. So like, yeah, damn it, I found her cooldowns, but I'm not finding her
All right.
cooldowns now.
While you find that, her E, she sends out Chemtech rockets that shield allies and damage and slow enemies they pass through. They
By
apply
the
their
way,
effects.
they gave her an
Yes.
M Bison skin. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah, she's
Like,
10 out of 10. I love it.
that's cool as fuck. I actually like. She looks like M Bison, and that right there makes me want to play the champion.
Oh, and the kit made me want to do it. The fact that like she
It.
doesn't look bad for over 40.
I mean, I whenever I saw the M Bison skin, I went, "What is that?" I was like, "What the fuck is that from?" And then I went, because it was eating me. Like I could not connect the dots. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, "Fucking M Bison." That's what it is. And then I remembered because in Street
Oh,
Fighter, I
the
played the ever
movie.
living dick out of M Bison.
She looks like the movie M Bison. Street Fighter the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That now it's like clicking even harder.
So,
Oh my god, that's sick. All right. In E is like whatever. That's like it's what a Lux plus Kha'Zix rockets. Like
uh,
Lux W with Kha'Zix rockets.
yeah, it's basically it's just it's okay.
It's the
Sends
weave in
out
between.
Chemtech rockets. It
Yeah,
shields
yeah.
everybody it
I
passes
did
through.
that.
Slows
I
them.
explained this.
Yeah, slows them. It's yeah, kind of like both of those things put together, except it's yeah, you're right. It's Lux Shield plus Kha'Zix. That's what it is.
Yeah, which I'm cool with them putting in abilities that work differently, like while being sent out in the same direction, like whether it's an ally or an enemy. And then you have your actual 1v9, the ultimate.
The
Sends out a.
ultimate's badass, by the
Oh,
way.
it's so cool. I'm so happy. All right. Hostile takeover. She sends out a cloud of chemicals that cause enemies go berserk. I think it was increases their attack speed by 100, forcing them to a basic attack anything around them, and it prioritizes their own allies, then neutral, then her team, and then her. This is she's Shimmer. She's a Shimmer champion. Like this is like what is it? Every person who's had to deal with a toxic Yasuo on their team, they're like, Renata, please, please hit me. I just want to beat this motherfucker. Yes, jungle div, please.
Let me
And he
fucking kill this jungler.
let me kill this fucking mid Yasuo who's been saying jungle diff in the fucking all chat all damn game. I give it. It's a very impactful ability. It's slow as fuck to come out, so that I feel like it's not that strong. If it hits, it is devastating.
It feels like an ability that needs to be paired with another ability to ensure that it hits, or you need to fight in a corridor.
Like a dragon or a baron.
Yeah, like you need to be in the jungle
Which,
where people can't really dodge and they're in like a straight run.
if she berserks you and you're getting dragon or baron, and you kill it, she takes it. She takes credit.
Yeah, that's cool too, by the way.
That's so fucking cool. Like I love this ultimate so much.
It's gonna be so annoying to play against that.
Yeah, but
So,
it's so
okay.
slow to come out. So like I
So
never see this being hit in lane unless she gets it like a good flank.
the cooldown of her Q is 16 seconds, which is pretty commensurate with any other hook, right? Like
Yeah.
Blitz, Thresh, you're in the neighborhood, right? However, the cooldown of her bailout, which is the shield and zombie move, goes from 28 to 20 seconds.
Okay.
Right? That's a fucking lot. The cooldown of her E, which is the Kha'Zix plus shield, right, is 14 to 10 seconds. So if you shoot all of her abilities at somebody, you're out of combat other than auto attacks, but for 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and even then, you're only firing the shield with the rockets again.
All right. I want you to take a guess. So,
Okay?
do you know the champion Quinn?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
You know what her W does, right?
Yeah.
The big AoE area.
Wah! And then you get like, you also get some like attack speed or something with it.
Yes. What's the cooldown of it? What do you think?
23 seconds.
50 seconds to 30.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like it should be 50 seconds. That seems long.
Yes.
Because it's not that impactful. I mean,
That's
it's
why,
good. You
like-
win bush fights, you know.
but
like,
how long does it reveal? It's barely anything. Her W, like she's just gonna have increased cooldowns. It's gonna be increased cooldowns, and that W is gonna be touched. Like that, I feel like that's the only thing that really is gonna be touched on her forever.
Well, the other stuff isn't all that terrifying. The hook plus move, okay.
That's every hook in the game.
Yeah, it's pretty much every hook in the game does that. Like Pikes pulls you straight backwards. Blitz pulls you all the way backwards. Thresh does two tugs and then he like flays you in a direction.
Yeah, he tugs you twice.
So, nice. And so bony fingers on that guy.
I don't know. We'll take the human Thresh.
Oh yeah, nice. And so
and then Nautilus is halfway.
Yeah. Nautilus just pulls you and then chest bumps you when you get there. Like he's a bro about it. So anyway, all these abilities, like where I think she's gonna have meaningful weaknesses, and I think she's gonna be fucking OP and low elo, right? And I
Because you
think
could bail out a bad player.
no, well, yes and no, but no, I think she's gonna be OP because people in lower elos do not consider cooldowns. Like they treat you like your cooldowns are up all the time. And the higher the elo you get in this game, the more people punish lack of cooldowns. Right? Like
Mm-hmm.
in lower elo, you'll be lucky if someone punishes that they use their summoner spells. Right? That they don't have flash, they don't have heal. You'd be
It's
lucky if somebody
what,
punishes
4
that.
minutes, 4 or 5 minutes for flash.
Yeah. 300 seconds for flash.
Yeah, and it's something that you don't consider. It's like, oh, I was cleaning out camps. That only takes a couple minutes. He's still flashless.
Right. Right. And so I mean, in low elo, they're not considering that. They're really not. But yeah, and that's the thing with like high cooldown champions. Like I can in low elo, I can walk up, fire a blitz hook at them, walk back, and even if I maneuver like I'm gonna pull you
Slightly.
again, they freak out and run, and I'm like, I just used my pull. It's not up for 18 seconds. You don't have to run right now, but you think you do, so I'm gonna abuse the shit out of that, right?
Yes.
I feel like Renata, who's going to have these real high, very impactful cooldowns, will be dominant in low elo because nobody will punish her for using her cooldowns. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
that's not a trait that gets, that's not something that gets punished until higher elos. And even in plat, it hardly gets punished. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think she's going to be a monster in low elo because positioning is so much worse that you're
You
gonna
can
hit
land the
a
ult.
lot more people with the ult without assistance.
Everyone's gonna be in the pit. 100%. Doesn't matter if you're AD carry or not.
Right.
Everyone's getting in that pit, and then everyone gets hit, and they're like, "Wait, no, we're hitting each other. Wait, I'm hitting the Baron. Oh, stolen Baron."
Hmm. So,
All
but
right,
yeah,
you
no,
look like you're about to pass the fuck out.
I told you I'm fading, but
Faded, faded.
long and the short of it is, Renata's cool as fuck. I'm kind of excited to play this champion. This is the first champion I've actually felt excited about playing since like Pike, right? And
No, I had set.
yeah, I didn't have any of that, but I'm pretty cool. I think this champion. I'm pretty cool with this champion. I think it'll be fun. I think it has a very good chance of being fucking Omega busted, but it also has a meaningful weakness in super high cooldowns. And that's where she gets punished. Because it's like, and this is another one that is an example of this, but your window is shorter, right? Like Morgana. When Morgana misses her binding, she has jack shit. You can go beat the fuck out of her.
Or
Nothing will
Black
happen to you.
Shield.
Huh?
Or if
Oh
she
no no no
uses.
no! I mean, in terms of like trading, right? Because remember, my premise here is that in low elo, even if they watch you shoot off your abilities, they still think you have it up for some reason, right?
Yes.
Like, Blitz just tried to hook me. Run before he hooks me again. I don't know why,
But
but
this could also be like I'm saying like Black Shield where you'll see them use Black Shield and then they won't use any kind of CC in like because they always think it's up.
right, right. And so I mean, the Black Shield, like where I'm getting at is binding. It's all of Morgana's damage pre-ult is tied to binding. If you miss it, then you have pool that can be walked out of at virtually no damage. You have Black Shield, which does no damage, and auto attacks, which your support pre 6 do no damage. Well, they do. I mean, they add up, but your support has 3 active abilities that they can use. That even if they miss one, they still have 2 more.
Yeah.
right? Morgana doesn't have that. You have to hit, or else you don't do anything. It's kind of like Blitz. Like you have to hit, or you don't do anything, right? I think
She's gonna be
Renata
in
is going
that.
to be that.
Yep.
Definitely going to be that. And if people just abuse that, I don't care how good her kit is, she's going to be punishable. But if you're in low elo, like, make sure your partner knows that you need to be punishing those windows. Because if she shoots at you, the first ability that she's going to have back up is 10 seconds later. And it's a shield and a slow. You know, the next one is 16 seconds. And then the next one after that is, what was it?
A steroid.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it was like 28 seconds or some shit at
Yeah.
level 3, you know. So it's fucking crazy, right? Like, she's gonna be totally useless if she misses anything. But if she hits, she's gonna be a fucking crazy impactful badass. It sounds like.
She's gonna be gated by what you can hit. By
Right.
if you hit your shit at the correct time and manage your cooldowns, she's gonna be a threat.
Yeah, absolutely. And that ult is fucking devastatingly cool. I like that a lot.
It's so good.
So, all right, well, let's wrap up there. I
Yeah.
am literally fading so hard.
We
So,
got our little bit of League of Legends in.
we
We got
did.
to
We did
the
cover it.
support
We
players
actually
got to
did
gush
like
about.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
You
That's
got
people.
two support players gushing about a new support that actually is cool.
It will be. I am pretty excited about this one. Like I said, I haven't been excited about an actual support since like Pike.
Oh, if we're talking support, yeah, Pike.
And I played Pike immediately to Mastery like immediately to Mastery 7. Had a blast with that champion. Renata has potential. And I mean, keep in mind, I'm excited about the kit. I am not necessarily super excited about the balancing of it because I don't trust the balancing yet. But I don't, not to say I think it's going to be a problem. I'm saying when she comes out and she's a nightmare of a problem for everybody to deal with,
They're gonna over.
or she's super fucking weak, because those are the two ways the champions get released. They are never appropriately powered on release. Never. Right?
Never.
It just does not happen. So they're either going to be ridiculously overpowered or ridiculously underpowered. Right? Xin Zhao or Bard. Right? Super overpowered, super underpowered. Right?
Yes.
Um, when I am telling you guys that I'm excited because I think your kit is cool, I don't mean that I think it's going to be balanced early in any way, shape, or form. So do not conflate those two things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking about balance. I'm talking about kit design looks cool.
Yes. It seems fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
The
hey,
the ridiculously long cooldowns may be a bit of a problem, but I mean, like I said, those
it's gonna be
obviously
growing pains.
designed to gator, but
It's also
like,
gonna be a growing pain. Like you're gonna have to get used to timing your shit correctly.
it's interesting though because I'm also thinking that you would probably want to max E first.
No, W. You're gonna
Well,
max her steroid
okay,
first.
so the reason I'm hesitant on that is because it's only up once every blue fucking moon. And it's still going to revive you regardless of whether you put 1 point in it or 5. Whereas the shield and the poke damage that would go up base with E, it will actually reduce your cool. It will give you a cooldown that you can use more often than the others. Even if you put 5 ranks into Q or 5 ranks into W, you're still only going to be able to use it randomly. So after your fight is over, I mean, depending on how much attack speed and whatever it actually gives, I guess may change my answer. But like, yeah, like I think that it would actually make almost more sense to max E first because then you get like poke and shield, right? Because it's
It
both of those things
it
at
really
a faster
depends.
cooldown.
I feel the difference between E and Q, or E and the other abilities,
Mm-hmm.
is how much shield increases based on ranks,
Mm-hmm.
and how much, like, either the slow or the damage, how it ranks up compared. Because
Yeah,
I
and I mean,
like I
I
you can
want
make
to.
a
I just want to
argue
be
for
100% clear. This is also pure theory craft.
theory.
I've not really seen the numbers one way or the other. I'm just saying from a logic perspective, it makes sense to me to reduce her 10 cooldown to like a 6 so that you can continuously contribute to an extended battle versus where like her current kit setup is basically you're a one and done. And even if you max her bailout or whatever, you're still going to be a one and done because it doesn't reduce your cooldown so much that you can cast it all the time. It's a one
Yes.
essentially a one-time thing.
I it's either Q. I think it's either Q or E. You're probably gonna max first. W will
Yeah.
be second, and then the other one will be last. It all depend. It really depends on how the shield scales, the slow and or damage scales.
Mm,
But we'll see. I mean, what, she's coming out 2 weeks?
I
I
think
think
so.
we get.
All right, so if I'm passing the fuck out. You want to drop the good night, everybody? I'm just too
We'll
tired.
give a double Patreon next week.
Oh, yeah, I'll do the Patreon shout out because
Yeah,
those
do the
people are
Patreon.
important and I love them.
We do love our Patreon supporters.
They
Thank you.
are they
Thank you
are
to everyone.
literally the best. I am
They're all beautiful.
I'm literally just dying right now, but I'm gonna find this patron.
Hi, dying. I'm dad.
Oh Lord, dude, they're making me click a link to sign into our Patreon page. It's so annoying. Okay, here we go.
Also, Alawi buffs. Thank you. She needs a rework, but you know what? I'll take what I can here.
Okay, we're in.
Hacker voice. I'm in.
Oh man, we lost 16 bucks of fucking donations. That's a bummer. Dude, super bummed. Oh well.
But
But all right. Uh, where are my patrons? Here they are. And Red Arrow. Thanks, man. I really appreciate you. This episode was brought to you by Red Arrow. So if you wanted to know about shaving a dog's butthole, Red Arrow is the guy bringing you that content. So thank him because
thank you,
he
Red
did
Arrow.
this for
They
you.
did this. They are beautiful in every kind of way. You're an
Yeah.
amazing person.
And do not
All
think
right.
for any reason that Red Arrow reminded me of a dog's butthole. That's not the case. The man, in fact, looks the opposite of a dog's butthole. He's that handsome, right? So
Uh,
there you have it.
all right.
Just stunning, white, straight teeth, you know, 4.5
Chiseled
millimeter
jaw.
beard. Doesn't need to hide that double chin under it. It's just there because he looks good.
Amazing hair. Absolutely
Yeah,
amazing
just
hair.
flawless, conditioned, no flakes or dandruff. He had some,
Absolute perfection
yeah, head and
of a
shoulders up
specimen.
there. You know, just wears black shirts all day. Nothing. You know, nothing on
Clean.
either of the shoulders. Just looks good. You know,
All
fucking,
right.
he's a human ab. You know, the man is ab from toes to neck. You know, ab and huge landscapable balls. That man. And with that, we're full circle. Good night,
Okay.
everybody!
Oh god, you actually pulled it full circle.
Oh, fuck. I'm so tired.
Yeah, I honestly think you being tired is, if you're saying that you're like what, averaging what, 700, 800 calories,
Yeah.
that's definitely it.
I mean, it's that and like I have an infant that is waking
Yes.
up progressively earlier.
It's honestly, you probably should bump that to like 1,000 to 1,500.
Eh,
You're an adult male.
I'm in a weight loss race with my wife.
I understand this, but you're like
Healing myself? Yes, I'm aware.
exactly. This comes from someone who lost 100 pounds. Yeah.
There we go. I have submitted the thing. Fuck.
Who lost 100 pounds and gained 70 back.
Oh, boof. You're still net 30.
Yeah. But hey, when you're stuck in a house with unlimited food, eating 4 meals a day because of COVID, yeah.
Dude, by the way, that is a fucking bummerino. We've gone down like 15 bucks. 16 bucks. Ugh.
My money's still in there.
Fucking, yeah, old boy, contributed for the thing that we did. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Doof.
God. Like anytime I see a Darius, I get PTSD now. It's just like oh boy. What do I want to do? What do I want to do tonight? Am I playing Apex? I may play Apex.
You do what you need to. I'm gonna pass the fuck out.
Go
I'm
pass
like,
out. Also, honestly, super low calorie breakfast, eggs. Eat a ton of eggs.
oh yeah, I do that. Yeah, any baby animals, I'm just gonna eat them.
Yeah. You're gonna go get some baby rabbits.
Yep, baby rabbits, veal, uh, bone marrow. Well,
There's bone marrow and everything. I mean, you're
you're
talking to a
goddamn
butcher
right
here.
there is.
You just
Just,
stuck out the bone.
just jam in your mouth and just. Oh fuck,
You're talking to the butcher here. I know
dude.
it all.
I am like, I my
Just
eyes feel heavy.
turn off your.
All right, I'm out,
Get out
buddy.
of here. Go.
I'm out of here. Oh, the
Bye bye.
stream's still on. All right, we'll
Hey
turn that off.
guys.
Bye,
Bye
everybody.
guys.
See you stream.